Now, we are on live and direct to all Biafrans all over the world. Good morning, Biafrans. This is your normal broadcast. This is your normal program, Talk Live on BVI. And in this program, we talk about issues concerning Biafra, the movement, the pro-Biafra group, the goods and bad, the new things and the old things we've not done well, and the way to move forward. And we are coming back today again to actually look into issues concerning Biafrans and the way to make sure that we get it right and then be able to get to their promised land. You all know that our goals in this struggle is about getting to Biafra land, which is the hope of everybody. Look into our people today. Go to Biafra land, you see people suffering, you see people die, you see a lot of intimidation, you see our elders, all of them has lost hope. But this hope is what we are fighting to get back to our people. Today on my studio, on this particular program, I have two perfect gentlemen around me here. These people came around to help me to fix these issues, to dissect this particular problem we are facing through today, especially on how to get to our people, on how to bring our people together, and then be able to form a wonderful movement for all Biafrans. We are welcoming you all, but before we start, I won't stop at nothing. We are first trying to get our humble visitors today, our guests today, to please talk to you. I have to introduce them by name because I know most of you didn't know them. Let me start with the perfect gentleman on cap. He's wearing a Biafran perfect cap. You know he's a true Biafran, that's why you see him on that cap. And his name is nobody but Mr. Steve Chukwunebuneze Ekpa. This man is too much. Mr. Steve, welcome to the program BB Talk Live on BVI. You are facing Biafrans, and our Biafrans are expecting to hear much from you today. What do you have for Biafrans as a welcome address to them today, please?
Well, I want to use this opportunity to thank Biafrans and to urge them to come and be part of this very program. We're initiating this new program. It's an interactive program, which I think that will be very, very important in this very struggle that everybody takes part in. And I'm just hoping that they will be interested in what we are doing because we are moving forward. That's the only way we can be able to let the whole world know and our people understand more about what is expected of them in this struggle. Because that is where the essence of this media, and we're leaving no stone unturned in order to reach to our desired goal of getting to the root cause of our problems and actualizing Biafra in the long run. Thank you, brother.
Thank you very much, Mr. Steve. He just spoke perfectly the way I want. We all know that Mr. Steve Chukwunebuneze Ekpa is the media director of Biafra Voice International, which is the media arm of the Spring Council of Elders. He over here is the person representing us in the Spring Council of Elders as he's supposed to be. My brother, thank you very much for that welcome address. Hey, the next person I have here, you people must have known him. He is the former secretary of international director of the Radio Biafra London. Former, like I said, and he's a perfect gentleman, a professor and a teacher. We are welcoming him in a special way. My brother, his name is Mazi Emmanuel Okafor. Mazi, please, can you please welcome our people to this special program, please?
Yeah, I'm very glad and delighted to have been given the opportunity to talk to Biafrans all over the world. So I'm very happy to be here, and I'm very proud of being a Biafran, and I will continue to be very proud of being a Biafran. Actually, we don't have much to say, but to tell our fellow Biafrans that we should be very proud of being Biafrans wherever we can. So today, we have gathered to discuss and talk about our uniqueness of Biafra. So thank you very much. I'm still around.
Thank you very much, Mazi Emmanuel Okafor, for being there. I know you lecturers like you don't have time, but you make up your time to be with us in this studio. It's a wonderful thing. I salute your courage and I salute your reluctancy in making sure that everything about this struggle moves perfectly like you're doing. In fact, I wish I'm that strong and confident like you. Thank you very much for being part of this today program. I appreciate your being here. Yes, now, dear friends, like we said today, the main reason why we come here today is to look at the problems facing the Biafran people. Recently, we see a lot of issues between the struggle. You know, it is true that there is no movement where there is no problem. There is no country, there is no nation where there is no trouble. But our own is not supposed to come at this particular time because we are moving forward towards bringing a perfect thing, a perfect movement that can help us actualize the nation we all hope for, which is Biafra. Now, let us quickly go into the issues of today. The first of all is the pro-Biafra group. We have many pro-Biafra groups. We have Biafra, Radio Biafra London. We have BZM. We have MASOB, and we have Biafra Liberation Council, with a lot of them with different ideologies. Now, let us go. The first thing we have to do now is there is division in almost all the pro-Biafra groups. And this division is causing us a lot of trouble. The question now is, what are we going to do in order to fix this problem we are facing today? Especially the divisions between all these pro-Biafra groups. Can you help us? And let me start with my brother on cap, the director of BDI. I think he has a lot of stuff to tell us. But please, can you help us dissect this issue? What are we going to do at this moment to be able to bring Biafrans together?
Yes, thank you, our brother Onyeka. I think that the situation is emanating from where we come from as a people. You see, when the Israelites left Egypt, Egypt did not lead them. Actually, it's like people living a corrupt society. You find out that society is, the behavior of that society is embedded in them, and they tend to exemplify or they tend to manage from their behavior. And it's difficult for them to be able to change, adapt to a new situation. So even if we get a Biafra, it will take us time to be able to reconfirm that Biafra to our desired goal, because people still behave the way they were indoctrinated, or actually the way they were taught, or the way people behave within their society. Just like if you see a child that is born in Germany, you find out that he will be behaving like the way they behave in Germany, or and the way they speak there, or their culture and their behavior and all that. And same thing also happens to children born in America. They have that. They speak in an American way, and they understand things the way the Americans understand it. So the situation is coming from us that our people come from a very, very corrupt society, which is part of Nigeria. They're trying to create a total new culture, and it's creating problems. So if we keep on going back again to that's where their background, where they have come from and how things have been done, without trying to know that we are trying to create a new society with a totally different ideology and way of behavior. So that is what is causing this problem. And there are a lot of foreign people who understood it. And it takes education and patience and gradual process to be able to arrive to our desired goal. I think that's what we have to expect. And I'm just letting you know people, that's my own understanding of the situation as it lies now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Steve Ipa, for that wonderful contribution. Yeah, you are right. I think you get it right that our problem, that is to say that our problem is all about ideology, the way we understand the issues, especially as it has to do with the struggle. Let us quickly go to Mazi Okafor, who is standing by. I think he has something to say before we move into the next issue we have today. To you, Mazi Okafor, what do you have to say in the issue? You have heard what our brother there said.
Yeah, actually, it is self-evidently clear that our problem has much to do with education. And I think that education is not just the one they call formal education and traditional form of education as well. And our children will also go back to the fact that we have been divided. I guess, if I'm not mistaken, it has much to do with the effect of the Civil War. And that is why all of us are struggling to leave Nigeria and have our own country, thinking that there's a better life. So the idea of division, separation, infighting among those Biafran groups, I actually think that is expected. Because even in our different families, in our different villages, in our different towns in Igbo land and the Biafra land, you will agree with me that there are so many groups fighting each other.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, that is human nature, not only directed to Biafra. And something has been allowed to turn into us and destroy our core traditional values. And that thing is what we should be worried about, even after we have gotten our country. And that's why I agree with our director, when he mentioned our education. I think education should be the starting point. Parents should be able to, first of all, educate themselves. First of all, know what they should know and know what they should impact with their children. So that at the end of the day, we will be able to know what we have done wrong and make amendments. Because most of us in diaspora, we are from one family or the other, and we are identified with a particular town in Biafra land. And this means that the nature of the problem that we may have imported from that particular town or coming from Igbo land, we have found that such problems have found itself in Biafran groups. And what are you sorry for 1 million? And what are you sorry for Kenya? Some Igbo people, they will say that as an environment. So I think our problem is not actually in diaspora or in the fact of getting a problem for Biafra. I think it is rooted in our families and different towns and villages and the fact of the war, the effects of the war. I think you are not supposed to do. So that is what I would have to suggest for a while. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mazi Okafor, for that wonderful contribution, that wonderful submission. Actually, that is the fact, because when we talk about education, you know, education, we have the one they call formal and informal. And I agree with both of you when you say education is part of the problem we are suffering today. Because if we people believe in education, it's not just about the formal education, but the informal education too. Because, you know, this education starts from our tender age, and we want to wait for outsider to only teach us what to do. Like, I believe you because you are a part of the system. You know what we pass, we know what happens in the system. You will agree with me, Mazi Okafor, that when we talk about education, it's not all about the informal education, but also the formal education. The informal education, which we're supposed to learn from our parents. And this informal education has to do with our tradition and values. Because if you look at the system today, you see we have totally lost values in what we are doing. These children don't respect their elders anymore. There's sort of problem. You see children fighting their elders. You see children walk in the silence. Some people don't even give them the respect they are due, which is what our heroes and ancestors are known with. And if you look at the system today, you see this thing is causing serious decay. It's causing serious problem. It's making the gods to be angry at us. So I want us to know now, do you think this particular not adhering to the archaic way we do things, to our heroes and ancestors' ways of doing things, not adhering to our traditions and cultures, do you think these particular things are really affecting the system today? Let me start with Mr. Steve.
I think so. If we look at the issue, I think Chinua Achebe captured this precisely in his book, Things Fall Apart. He says there's turning and turning in the wiring air, the falcon cannot hear the falcon. and things are falling apart. Things fell apart. Center cannot hold. Mere anarchy is unleashed upon the world. You see, when they came, he said in his book, he said that they came and were abused by their foolishness and allowed them to stay, and they put their veins on things, or their knife on things that hold us together, and we fell apart. So what it is that we have a system that works for us. We're ultra-democratic Republicans by nature. We don't have a very centralized leadership. We are ruled by a council of elders, where no one lords it over another person, and we believe in seniority, and we believe in respecting old age. We believe in respecting our seniors, and we believe in respecting authority, and we believe in respecting ourselves and our image. You see, our image is very important to an Igbo man. So a Igbo man's image is more important to him than anything. If you tarnish his image, you have done a lot against him. So that is why they also title people go very far to be able to keep upright in what we do, and they have guilt. Now, what is happening is that we need a cultural revolution to be able to revise it back. It is due to clash of culture and clash of religion, clash of different ethnic groups that they have matched us together, that have made us have allegiance to foreign powers and made people to be brazen enough to go against constitutional authority and behave any down the line, because they know that those alien power will come and defend them in issues that they should not normally get away with. So that's why you can see someone who is a governor, he will be behaving anyhow, knowing that you cannot stop him. They will just call on military men who are motorists, and they will come there and then kill, suppress anyone that is within his own community. So that is why, but if they know that those who will enforce those things are indigenous, they will find that it is difficult for them to get away with anarchy. So we have a very serious problem, but I think it can be resolved if we understand the root cause of the problem, and the root cause of that problem is where understanding of it will help us to solve it. But I believe that it's not an issue that we cannot solve, but presently it's causing very serious damage. And unless we tell people that you need to go back to our core values, the way our people have done things, we cannot move forward in this struggle unless we have rules and regulations that guide our principles, behavior, and the way we go forward. And people think, I think this thing now, when we get Biafra, then we think of rules and regulation. That is what a lot of people have been saying. And there's one particular individual that comes to mind. Every time we talk to him, he will always say, you don't know how things are done here. Things are so hard. Allow us to get Biafra first, then we will then talk of sanitization, we talk of another society. I tell him, look, if you don't have a proper constitution, the way you envision, and you want to get Biafra, then you're getting a Biafra where everyone will kill themselves. First of all, you must streamline and have a proper articulated policy and the rule of constitution and rule of law, so that when people are coming in, they know what they're going into. Because you might not even have the time to start formulating those things later on, because everybody will try clamoring for leadership, and they will not go back again to what has already been set up. So that is the issue. That is a very big issue that requires a legit time to talk about. But let me just end it now, because if I keep on talking about it, I'm not chance to communicate. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, Mr. Steve, for that wonderful submission. I think you really get it where it's supposed to be. But they say that if we are to listen to you today, then there is something we will miss. You need to listen to all of us because we have serious elders. Before we continue, actually, before I go to Mazo Kafo, let me look at, I'm seeing a face that join us today, and the face that is strong. The voice that when it comes like this, it's like there is a voice in the high way down is shouting, repent, 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 for the kingdom of God is at hand. Welcome to our today program. Welcome to Talk Live on BDI, Mr. Obidi Egonu and our Ankara Day Live in Germany. We are welcoming you to our today special program, Talk Live on BDI. Can you please greet our listeners with a special word as you used to do?
Yeah, thank you very much, thank you very much, Mazi Okapo. Thank you very much, Mr. Steve. I'm sorry, I'm just joining you now. I'm just busy in from work now. So the way you've been trying to connect me, I was in the subway. So if I did, it just cut. I just opened the door now and I have to log in. And for now, I'm out of tune. I don't know the areas which are facing the topics for the day. So I need to get connected. So then I'll be able to make my own contribution. But meanwhile, I said, good afternoon from Germany to my fellow Biafrans and to my diaspora. So I believe whatever we're discussing today is for the interest of the Biafran people. And we are determined to carry our intentions to advantage. So fellow Biafrans here and there is the one who have known once again from Germany. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, my brother, Mr. Obidi Egonu. Fellow Biafrans, the voice of the one you just heard now is that of Mr. Obidi Egonu. As you all know him, he is the Oracle. Welcome to our program today, Mr. the Oracle himself. Actually, you just joined us. We'll be discussing about a lot of the issues facing the struggle. As you know, if you look around the struggle, you see there's a lot of chaos moving around. We have lions, we have sheep, we have crocodiles, we have wolves. All of them are in the struggle. So the main discussion today is how to be able to neutralize all these lions, squirrels, goats, lambs, like all of them, to be able to get one mind that can be able to help us in order to get to the promised land. But before you join us, there's one particular topic we are on, and that is about disrespect, lack of value, lack of reorientation, lack of tradition. What has happened to the value we Igbos are known for? So let me quickly go to Mazo Kavo. Mazo Kavo, as you all know, is a teacher, so he can do more justice to that than Mr. Steve. Let's listen to Mazo Kavo.
Actually, I get the record and I appreciate your contribution.
Sorry to cut it short. We would like if you can raise your voice a little, so that our people over there can be hearing you. Thank you.
Okay, so my second, actually, thank you. At the same time, you made mention of what Onyeka, in Biafra, we have so many gifts, and so many people also gifted in so many ways. Of course, they are coming from work, and I'm coming from work as well, and I'm sure that people are the same thing. And I don't know the medicine Onyeka has used to connect us, even with that, doing anything else. Because I'm coming from work, I just started joining the program. So you're welcome, my brother. So anyway, back to the topic we're talking about. For me, I would think that we will start from different units and different families to maintain our core value of respect, core value of respect not only for the sake of respect, but for the sake of the fact that it is something that we both show here. I think that is what we are known for. Oh, and the best way we should start that is to make sure that individuals, wherever we are in each of our country, we should make sure that if we are married, if we have children, to begin to we call it, there is a called that the construction. We don't begin again to go back to our values just as our direction give and take. I mean, we cannot do it without ourselves. We need ourselves to do that. It's not only talking, but put it in action. And one of all those things that our parents hold so dear, which globalization or moving from one place to another, or modernization, whatever you call it, taking a hold of us. We must so Biafran groups are fighting themselves. We are fighting because we are struggling for identity, we are struggling for image, and we are struggling for one thing or the other. We need money and we want to belong. Most of us are doing that. And that's why the struggle for Biafra has turned to be a kind of a transaction, business transaction. Each group would like his leader to be on top. And each leader would like every other person to believe that he is the only one that will give us the answer. At the end of the day, we are talking about a country. And when we get this Biafra for goodness sake, we will all sit together. We will all live together. The work then is preventing us to come together, listen to one another, and then begin from there. And that is why, for me, I feel that, for example, the last election was a blow from Biafran people, because we are divided to some extent. So, I would strongly recommend that wherever we are, we cannot get back our tradition. We cannot get back our value and culture or whatever it is called, given to us by expecting it to come from someone. It begins with me and begins with you. So any Biafra listening to me, anywhere in whichever country you are listening to, we have lost a lot, and we need to go back. And the best way to go back is to begin from individuals, so that we will begin to respect both ourselves and our fellow Biafrans and the world at large. If we have this kind of spirit, this kind of intentions, and this kind of rationale, then it means that all the pro-Biafran groups will be able to respect themselves without fighting one another. So my brothers and sisters, wherever we are listening to this particular program, I have made it very clear that our problem comes from the fact that we should go back home, even if it doesn't mean leaving Germany to go back to whichever town we come from. Neither does it mean leaving Thailand to go back to Japan. But the point is that when we were born, we were born within a system, within a value, and that has been tampered with. And because it has been tampered with, that's why we are tampering ourselves, fighting ourselves. So what I think is personal effort. So this is what I will suggest for now as we continue.
Thank you very much, Mazo Kafo, for that wonderful submission. I said it before that your own will be special because you are special in the system. You know, when you talk with the teachers, you see different things. They give a particular discussion, analytical, and a special structure for whoever they are telling that particular thing or trying to analyze that thing to understand it. I understand you very well because you taught it, you just submit it as a teacher. Thank you very much for that wonderful submission. Let us quickly go to the man, the Oracle himself. Oracle, the issue now, you are an elder, and I know how it will look if you come on the street and see a Biafran and he just walked past and didn't say, good afternoon, Dede, Kedukime, what will be here? And he demand by or look not to say Dede, that I will tell the Kedukime. Manakita is going after the self, or not going to use of no, to get to a Panagan and men will come to again. He will do that because they don't have respect anymore. That particular value has gone. So, being an elder, if you come across the street like in the struggle, you see, even in this struggle, it happened. You see a small boy in this struggle talking to you, calling you bastard, calling you fool, calling you all sorts of rubbish. Forgetting that we have traditions, we have culture. Igbos, especially Igbos, Biafrans, are acculturated people. Please, I want you to give us a small analytical. Please, as we are talking, we'll be running up because our time is running fast. We wouldn't want to go more than next 10 minutes. So please, can you please quickly tell us, being an elder, how would you feel and what do you think should be done to stop this particular menace that is tarnishing our image as Igbos all over the world?
Yeah, thank you so much. Really hit the nail on the head. what did the husband do? Because she's having problems with the husband, they don't agree. What is the cause? Or what are the causes? The widow is lamenting that the husband has abandoned traditional values and got lost in the hands of foreign cultures. He gave example one, that her husband doesn't use stick to clean his mouth every morning, but not toothpaste. And despite the fact he uses toothpaste day by day, the man continues to smell. That is one. He said that her husband doesn't eat roasted chicken, but now boil the chicken. Whenever he eats boiled chicken and goes out, the baby continues to smell. But roasted chicken, the man becomes strong. He said again that the husband doesn't drink palm wine that is held 4 or 5 days, that makes him strong as a man. Instead, he drinks beer, star, clothing, and so on and so forth. After drinking, the man puts himself on the bed, within 10 minutes he's gone, as well as slumbering. But remember that the husband must abandon some of these important cultures that do not help him and come back to the state, to the home state, where he belongs. It is because our boys and girls, our men and women, have abandoned our traditional values and gone after foreign cultures. This is where we are lost. If you take example, look at the whole world. Every nation, every group is going back to the roots. Let's start from Nigeria. Where you see Yorubas gathered, do you hear them speak English? Where you see Hausas gathered, do you hear them speak English? It's only Igbos you can hear speaking English, vibrating, ruthless English. This is a problem. For example, again, some weeks ago, I was speaking with my little son in one secondary school at Owerri. I was speaking English. This my little son was speaking English. I asked him, don't you speak English? He said, oh, I'm not there. You can ask us a combination. Then I called the principal. Teach my son Igbo first before any other language.
Before Yoruba?
Before, don't you need Yoruba? What are we doing? Do you understand Yoruba man speaking Igbo? Today, in my workplace, a man was speaking Yoruba, an Igbo man.
Hi.
I was baffled. So we have to really discover ourselves, first and foremost. And once we're able to really discover ourselves, now we gather and sensitize ourselves and ask our questions. Who are we? If you don't know who you are, you won't be able to identify yourself outside. Don't need to talk about the other person. We have failed to realize who we are. The moment we know, we understand ourselves, we know and understand our position in the current system today, in the current structure of Nigeria. Because we don't know ourselves, this is why we have made slaves in our father's land. How long shall that be? How many Biafran children are born today and thought that Biafra is a grown land? Nobody. I spoke with a Palestinian some months back. This Palestinian boy told that in Palestine today, every child is born, they believe that Israel is their enemy. Look at that. This is what a Palestinian boy told me. Because I was trying to ask him, why is that this unending conflict? He told me they are born and thought that Israel is their enemy. That is why it becomes inherent. The animosity becomes primordial. So, when do we tell our children that Nigeria is not their home? When do we tell our children that what things you are looking for outside are obtainable in abundance, back home in our mother's state? Now, when we realize all these things, we come together and take a decision. Once we come together and take a decision, say this is what we want, who will lead us? Remember in 1789, during the French Revolution, most of you know what I'm talking about. When it became obvious that the society has become ungovernable, people gathered at the tennis courts to take an oath. And when they were there, they all agreed, threatening them. And they said, no, we must not leave this place unless at the point of the violence. And they were determined. They had not spoken with what? One mind. That moment they spoke with one mind, everything became irrelevant. We must never forget this unless at the point of the violence. And that moment they took that decision, they stood by it. When King Louis XIV threatened, thinking that he could use veto power, what did they do? They grabbed him and sent him to the guillotine. Why can't we call our people to inquisition? Those of them who want to sabotage our efforts. Those who don't want to come and answer our father's name. We have saboteurs in our midst. Those of you, my good friends, who read what I posted early morning today, I said Rudolph Okoko, we don't need to Anambra State. Rudolph Okoko was high importance. I said very abundantly clear that this gentleman colluded with his paymaster, this show that I was high importance, they got a coaching similar some time ago, and ABC, and stood against our own people during the presidential election, carrying out a right propaganda. Why was that so? Similarly, I mentioned Joey, but we never see anything good about the Eagles. I only mentioned the way they are who continue to join from one party to another. Some of these our people need to be recalled to the state. We have to remind them where you are going. There is no one there. Come back to where you belong. We will look at the situation where our enemies continue to use it to neglect our food. Now we have to come back. And when they are there, the younger generation, the younger ones will begin to learn that once their fathers have taken this effort and to protect their heritage, we are going to follow them. But what is happening today? We should go to Igbo land now. In every gear, every point has lost that value. And like I said not so long ago, our so-called elders are even encouraging them. If I go home now, despite the fact we are suffering here in Europe, if I go home now and put on a national guard, our national guard will give me teacher's title. He wouldn't want to know where I got the little money. Call myself a young boy, I will receive teacher's title. Then a young man like me, let me say, put that way, unquote. How can I stand in the midst of the elders to talk? What proverb do I know? How many of our people use proverbs today? Except in quoting Shakespeare, quoting this. Shakespeare, John Donne, all of us, John Keats, all of them. These were the people that help their own people to grow, not of our own. I told some people some not so long ago. Why Greece, the country called Greece, all of you know. Why Greece continues to wallow in abject poverty, looking for help from the entire Europe, is because they were only philosophizing without putting philosophy into practice. So why they philosophize? Other parts of Europe put the philosophy into practice. How long can we continue to preach, summarizing? We have to come back now and talk to our people. Let us know our problems, our inherent problems. If we have inherited procedures, what do we do about it? To cast it aside and put in a new gap. The problem now is that, like I was saying, nobody wants to take the responsibility. We want to bear the cat, but who will go and bear the cat? That's the problem. But I tell you, it is possible to bear the cat if we agree. Let me give you one example again. You remember the story of the tortoise and the elephant. Tortoise claimed he is the wisest man in the whole village or in the whole community. Of course, it is true. It's incontestable. Why elephant? Giant say, nobody can even talk before him. He had misunderstanding with the tortoise. And tortoise said, I will deal with you. This was what the tortoise said. I will deal with you. I will take you to where they will kill you. All the animals fell on their ground laughing ridiculously, asking the tortoise, do you want to bury yourself alive? Challenging the elephant. Tortoise said, I have said it all. Today's warfare is not the number of people you have in the battlefield, but what you are going to do. Now what happened? Not few weeks after the misunderstanding, tortoise went and arranged with the butchers so that I will bring you an elephant, you have to kill him, share the meat. They thought it was a joke. They asked, how possible? He said, read the rest for me. Tortoise went to, the week after, he went and then apologized to the elephant for insulting touch you. I'm sorry, he even get the elephant in a bed of wine, put in ground and get satisfied. 2 weeks after, tortoise went to elephant. Please, I am marrying a new wife. And these people are very, very aggressive. They say, if I'm going to attack a giant like you, they are going to finish me, take whatever we have. So you must accompany me, please, and many others. People said, no problem, we shall go. That very day, elephants came out, tortoise came out, and then tortoise said, you know, I don't walk fast, I walk slowly. Can you carry me on top of your back? People said, what will be done? The tortoise climbed and then used rope, hurt himself. They went. As soon as they got to the place, we got down, took him, we tried to retreat, and told them, so the butchers are watching. That was when the elephant knew that tortoise had taken him to the slaughters. We have to use our brain. So that we would allow our enemy to come and drag us away, like the tortoise dragged away the elephant. In Nigeria today, we say Igbos are very, very proud. We see ourselves on top of others. But when it comes to intelligence content, what do? We only make noise. We stop amongst ourselves when our enemies to take up a leader to move forward. We continue to battle. Still, the other thing we're talking about that if we have Biafra today, we have Eastern Biafra, we have Western Biafra, we have Central Biafra. And it's true. And when this comes, where are we? So these are the problems we are having today that make our children, younger ones, come out to say, if the elders don't show the example, what are we? That is why we have lost our values. Therefore, we must show good examples, tell our children stories of long ago, those stories that inspired us into optimism, those stories that gingered us to make us fearless and be threatening infinitude. We have to go back to the state and then call our children to that. We call ourselves to that, then call our children to that. Because if you are an elder, if you don't respect yourself, you don't have any moral right to talk to the younger one. If you are an elder, you cannot leave your house clicking for windows here and there. Tomorrow you expect a child to respect you when he sees you doing that. We have lost our values. And we must do everything possible to reclaim our traditional values because this is where it is. Here in Germany, Germans believe in their values. You can't see them borrowing something from outside the world when they have it here. God forbid. If you go to Dubai from Germany here, you can't go down to my food. When you're coming back, you pay extra. And they warn you, don't try it next time. This is what I'm going to tell you. You are now allowed to bring this one at extra cost. Next time, don't buy it. Right? Because we have it here. So when we talk about values, it's not just for an effective. We have to make use of what we have. And it is only when we make use of what we have that we cannot grow. But when you continue to depend on others, how can you say you have value? Value means making use of what you have to grow and not depending on others. Thank you very much. Let me people have the chance to contribute. I like listening.
Thank you very much, Mazi Obidegono. Thank you for that wonderful contribution. But I won't give any other person an opportunity to speak again because we are running out of time. You guys know.
I want to hear that.
Actually, I'm sorry. We've started long ago. It's about 40 minutes now, and you know we are trying to work with our time because of the video. You know, there's a length it will reach. It cannot be able to get into our channel. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, I was at work. You know, that's what I
No, it's okay. We will with time, maybe in the next 20 to 10 minutes, we will run another show. But this one is just to make sure that we get it right. Thank you very much, fellow Biafran, for listening to all this particular moment. At this moment, we will be coming to the end of this particular program right now. And before we go, I would like to stop by to let our visitors at least use at least 10 seconds to say thank you for joining us today before we call it a day. Let me start with the man on the Biafran cab, Mr. Steve Chukunebunezi. But please thank our listeners for being part of this program.
Yeah, thank you, our fellow Biafrans, wherever you are in the world, for being part of this program, listening to us. We are here to enlighten our people and to look at our problems on the issues that is bedeviling this struggle and find solutions to the problem, because it's only through this way that we will be able to achieve the Biafra of our dreams. continue to support the Biafran Voice International as we move forward ever.
Thank you very much, Mr. Steve. You take 1 minute. I say 10 seconds, but that's good. We give you that because you are the director. But let's go straight to Mazi Okafor.
Thank you, my fellow Biafrans, for listening to us. Remember, the topic is just because respect. It is our value, very important. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mazi Okafor, for that. You keep to it. That's how I say teachers are very, very simple, and then they analyze issues. You just analyze it and put it the way I want it. Yes, sir, we are coming to the oracle. You see the way he's standing. He's waiting for me to come. But please, help us. Because I know you like to.
Thank you very much, my fellow Biafrans. What I have to say is that we must make Biafra our religion. We must make Biafra our religion. And for us to reach that point, we have to pass the way of the cross. This is the time. Thank you very much. While I wait for instruction, who have taken over the broadcast from here in Germany, in the United States.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, Mazi Obidegon. We know you're ready, but let's meet with this one. Actually, fellow Biafrans, this is actually where we are coming to the end of today's program. And don't forget, the program we just listened to is Talk Live on BVI. And I am always your presenter, Onyeka Chukwu Jonathan Abaslim. I'm trying to tell you, please, do wait to join us next time. And don't forget, Biafra Voice International is not a pro-Biafra group. We don't join any group. We are not part of any group. We are only meant to inform, educate, and put Biafrans in the right direction towards the actualization of the sovereign state of Biafra. We thank you very much for joining us. Please do well to join us in the next 3 hours when we'll be going straight on our radio station for today's broadcast. Don't forget, this show you just watched now is Talk Live on Biafra Voice International. Thank you for joining us, and may God bless you all. Thank you, my visitors, for coming. Thank you, and thank you.